Okay, so imagine this. One single book. And the claim is it's made more millionaires than, well, any other book in history.
Yeah, it sounds almost mythical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the reputation surrounding Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. That's what we're diving into today.
And what always gets me is when it was written. 1937.
Exactly. Smack bang in the middle of the Great Depression. And yet, somehow, the ideas in it, they just stuck.
They really did. I mean, here we are, 2025, and people are still talking about it, still using it to, change things.
It's pretty incredible. It still transforms lives.
So our mission today really is to get under the hood of this thing, not just list the famous 5 principles, but figure out why they work and maybe give you some concrete ways to actually use them, like a practical shortcut to the core ideas.
Let's do it. So first up, Hill starts with something he calls desire.
Right, desire. But he's very specific, isn't he? It's not just, oh, I wish I had more money.
No, not at all. He talks about a burning obsession. That's his phrase.
Yeah.
It's this intense, all-consuming focus that actually drives you forward, not just wishful thinking.
A burning obsession. I like that. It implies energy, action. There's a great quote, isn't there? Something about thoughts becoming things.
Yeah, riches begin in the form of thought. They take shape through persistence and transmute into reality. It all starts in the mind, but it needs that fuel.
Okay, so for someone listening right now wanting to apply this, what's the first step? How do you cultivate that burning obsession?
Well, Hill gives really practical advice here. He says, figure out your one biggest goal. Be specific, like, I will earn $100,000 in the next 12 months. Not, I want to, but I will. Present tense.
Write it down.
Write it down. And then this is key. Read it out loud. Morning and night, every day.
Why out loud?
He suggests it's about programming your mind, really drilling it into your subconscious, bypassing all the usual doubts and what-ifs. You're embedding the intention deep down.
Okay, that makes sense. You're sort of building the mental muscle for it. But just wanting something really badly, even obsessively, isn't always enough, is it? You hit doubt.
Exactly. Which leads straight into principle number 2, faith.
Faith. Now, this can sound a bit airy-fairy sometimes. How does Hill define it in this context?
He frames it as basically the art of convincing your subconscious mind that getting what you desire isn't just possible, it's inevitable. It's already on its way.
So it's more than just hoping.
Oh, yeah. He uses phrases like visualization and belief in attainment. It's about feeling it, seeing it in your mind's eye so clearly that your subconscious accepts it as reality before it actually happens.
Right. Bypassing the critical conscious mind again.
Precisely. You're conditioning yourself to expect success, which in turn makes you act in ways that bring it about.
So how do you build that kind of faith if you're maybe naturally skeptical or you face setbacks? Is there a trick?
There is. He'll suggest something very simple. Create a short, punchy affirmation. Something like, I deserve wealth, I am capable, I am focused. And repeat it aloud for just, say, 60 seconds every morning.
Just a minute.
Yeah. He frames it as mental conditioning. It's not magic chanting. It's using repetition to literally rewire your thought patterns. Build that belief muscle, that certainty.
Desire, faith. Okay, what's next? Where does the practical doing come in?
That brings us to number 3, specialized knowledge.
Ah, okay, so not just knowing random facts.
Exactly. Hill makes a really sharp distinction. General knowledge, knowing a little about a lot, that won't make you rich or successful in whatever your goal is.
It's about expertise.
Applied expertise specifically, finding a niche, a skill, whether it's copywriting, coding, sales, personal finance, whatever, and going deep. Becoming the person people turn to for that specific thing.
So less breadth, more depth.
Definitely. That focus skill becomes your edge, your unique value proposition, if you like.
So the action step here isn't just read more books.
No, it's more targeted. Pick one field that aligns with your desire. Just one to start. Then really immerse yourself. Take a course. Join a community. Practice it every single day. Turn that knowledge into a usable, valuable skill.
Okay, desire, faith, specialized knowledge.
Yeah.
But doing it all alone sounds daunting.
And often ineffective, which is why Hill brings in principle 4, the mastermind.
The mastermind. I've heard this term a lot. What did Hill actually mean by it?
It's basically a small group of people all working towards similar goals who meet regularly to support and challenge each other. But the crucial part, the real insight, is his idea that when 2 or more minds work together in harmony, they create this sort of third brain, a collective intelligence, a synergy that's way more powerful than any one person thinking alone.
Like the sum is greater than its parts.
Exactly that. You get different perspectives, accountability, shared energy.
So how do you actually start one? It sounds a bit formal.
It doesn't have to be. Hill's advice is pretty straightforward. 1. Find maybe 2 or 3 other people who genuinely share your kind of vision or big goal. People you resonate with.
Okay, just a couple of people.
Yeah, keep it small and focused.
Mm.
2, meet regularly.
Yeah.
Weekly is ideal, even if it's just for, say, 15, 20 minutes online or for a quick coffee. Consistency is key.
And 3.
Hold each other accountable. This is vital. Share your wins, talk honestly about the hurdles you're facing, and commit to your next steps for the week ahead. It's about that shared momentum and support structure.
Makes sense. So you've got the desire, the faith, the knowledge, the support network. But things still go wrong, right? Obstacles pop up.
Always, which leads perfectly into the 5th and final principle, persistence.
Ah, the big one. Sticking with it.
Absolutely. Hill points out that pretty much every success story you can think of is littered with failures, setbacks, moments where it looked impossible.
Yeah, you don't usually hear about those parts as much.
Right. But they're always there. Persistence is the bridge over those obstacles. It's the refusal to quit when things get tough.
He uses an example, doesn't he? Edison.
He does. Thomas Edison on the light bulb famously failed, 10,000 times?
10,000? That's hard to even imagine.
Right. What set him apart wasn't just his intelligence. It was his absolute, stubborn refusal to give up. That sheer persistence.
So for us, when we hit that wall, maybe our project fails, we lose a client, whatever it is, what's the mindset shift Hill recommends? How do we build that Edison-like persistence?
It's actually quite simple, but powerful. When you feel like quitting, when everything seems stacked against you, just tell yourself, okay, just one more day or just one more attempt.
Break it down.
Exactly. Don't focus on the mountain. Focus on the next step. It builds that persistence muscle. You train yourself to keep going. And over time, by just pushing through one more day again and again,
What seemed impossible starts to feel doable.
it becomes inevitable. You build resilience. You learn. You
Yeah.
adapt. That's the power of persistence.
So putting it all together, desire, faith, specialized knowledge, mastermind, persistence, it's really not some magic formula, is it?
Not at all. When you boil it down, Think and Grow Rich is basically a blueprint. It's about getting your mindset right, taking focused action based on real knowledge, getting support, and then just consistently showing up, especially when it's hard.
Mindset plus action plus consistency.
That's the core of it. And when you actually combine all 5 of those principles, that burning desire, the solid faith it's possible, the deep knowledge, the mastermind support, and that relentless persistence, well, that's when you really start to create the conditions for significant results.
You set the stage for real wealth or whatever that big goal might be.
Exactly. It creates this powerful compounding effect.
Which brings up a final thought, maybe for you listening. We've talked a lot about riches because of the book's title, but think about it. How could these same 5 principles, desire, faith, knowledge, mastermind, persistence, apply to other areas of your life, not just money?
Yeah, that's a great point. Any big goal, really.
Yeah.
Health, relationships, learning a skill.
Right. So the question to maybe ponder is, what does real wealth actually mean to you? What's your burning obsession? And how might applying this kind of focused action and unwavering persistence help you achieve that specific outcome in your life? Something to think about.